Welcome guys back to the channel. I'm sure we are all still very pleased with what was a great performance and a great win last night. 5-1 away from home in Frankfurt. You know, couldn't have bounced back better, could we? 5-1 win away from home after 4 losses in a row. Hopefully we make it 2 wins in a row on Saturday. But yeah, obviously always focusing on the next game. But that was one heck of a performance last night. That was so good. We haven't seen that all season, and it was such refreshment to see. Slot played. It was like a completely new team was playing last night. So good. I mean, yeah, it was really good. Played a 4-4-2, 4 at the back, 4 in the middle, and then 2 up top. I think that worked really well. And obviously we did concede the first goal. But, you know, that didn't bother me much last night. But we do need to work better defensively. It was a defensive mishap for that first goal. And I think Robertson, he just got played through and could have done better with that. But apart from that, we played really well last night. And it was so good to see from the lads. It's something that we haven't seen for the whole 9-10 games we've played of the season so far. I don't even know who we have in the Champions League next. Is it Real Madrid? I think it is Real Madrid, isn't it? So hopefully we take this form going into Saturday, and then hopefully this is going to kickstart our season properly, and hoping we can carry on the good results from here. Obviously not saying that we won't lose another game this season, but let's just put that bad patch behind us and move on. But yeah, really good performance last night. Very happy with it. What a way to bounce back. 5-1 away from home. So good. Everyone played a big part in that performance last night, and I think it worked really well. I'm going to be giving you my team who I think should be playing in the upcoming fixtures. We do have Brentford next, and then I think it's Villa after that. So yeah, I'm going to be giving you my team of who I think should be playing in the next, few games. And it's along the lines of what we played last night. Obviously, Alisson's still out injured. Obviously we play Alisson if he's not injured. But Mamardashvili, I don't know, he just seems a bit clumsy. Made a couple of good saves last night, but I'm not fully sold on him yet. He just looks a little bit clumsy. He just looks a little bit, not there yet. And did I think that goal was savable last night? It's possible that it was savable, but the defence did have to work harder for that one. Yeah. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on Mamardashvili, but I just don't think we concede that goal if Alisson's playing, to be honest. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section, please do. If you want to disagree with me, feel free. I don't mind. If you want to disagree with me, please disagree with me. But yeah, I don't know if I'm being a bit too harsh on Mamardashvili, but so far I think he's been a bit clumsy. But tell me if you disagree with me. Please do give me your opinion. I'd love to hear what you think. But obviously we stick Alisson in if he is available. I don't think he'll be available for this weekend. Neither will he be available for the Aston Villa game either. So we obviously go again with Mamardashvili in goal. I just don't think we can afford Mamardashvili to get injured either. Because then we've got Freddie Woodman. Can he fill in for Mamardashvili and Alisson? I don't know. But I feel like, we'll be all right with Mamardashvili until Alisson gets back from injury. He's out for at least 4 or 5 games a season. He was out for the Man City game last season. We were beaten 2-0. He was out for the Madrid game where we beat them 2-0 at Anfield. He was out for a period of time. He always is. It's always this part of the season that he's out for. Always this part. Always this time of the year that he's out for. I mean, I guess it's good because it's the start of the season, and that means that it's not, the business end of the season. where we've got to get the results. But yeah, you obviously put Alisson in goal if you have him available, so that's a no-brainer. And then, yeah, I'd probably go in defence. You put Frimpong at right back. Obviously injured after about 15 minutes last night. I don't know how serious it is. We don't know when he's coming back, so you could probably expect to see Connor Bradley play in the game against Brentford. I'm so excited for that game. I can't wait for it. But you could probably expect to see Connor Bradley play against Brentford if Frimpong isn't back by that point. But you would put Frimpong in that position if he is available, in my opinion. I think he's a decent player. I can't lie. Then Konate, I don't know. I think he hasn't had a great season so far. But on his day, he's rock solid. Of course, it's raining again. But yeah, Konate is really good on his day. I don't think the defence really had much to do last night, but I thought Konate was okay last night. I thought he was alright. I wouldn't really put any blame on him for anything. I thought the first goal was Robertson's fault, really. But yeah, Konate and Virgil van Dijk scored the goals last night. So yeah, I'd have them as the centre-back partnership. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one to make. Konate maybe not as easy, but Virgil, it's a no-brainer. You have to put Virgil in. I still don't think people give Van Dijk the credit that he deserves. It's like with Salah. They don't give him the credit he deserves. He's one of the best players in the Premier League over the last 10 to 15 years. Obviously, I don't think he's been in the Premier League for 10 to 15 years, but definitely been in the Premier League for 10 years. So, he's arguably... What do I mean, arguably? He's been one of our best players over the last 7 years. He's our captain. He's our captain. He's definitely captain material. He's a leader. He is a leader, but I do think he can be a bit, negligent at times. So... yeah, I think the way he defends sometimes is a bit weird, like against Chelsea. He was at fault for that Caicedo goal. Obviously, McAllister was also at fault for that. But he was just running back. He wasn't even trying to defend Caicedo, and he was running the complete wrong way as well. But yeah, Van Dijk, is our captain, and he is our best centre-back by far. Best centre-back. It's not even a competition, is it really? Best centre-back by far. And then I still don't think Kerkez is ready. From what I've seen so far, I still just don't think Kerkez is ready. I think from what we've seen so far, he was, I'm going to say it again, he was part of the team of the season from last season, and he just hasn't done what we would have wanted him to so far. He cost around 45 to 50 million pounds in the summer. That's what we bought him for, and I was really excited about that one. To be completely honest, that was probably the small fish out of the signings that we signed. But, I think that Kerkez has been very underwhelming so far, and, not what we would have wanted from him. But, sometimes it does take more than a season to get these players going. So, maybe we do need to just give Kerkez time. But for now, the experienced Robertson plays at left back for me. I just don't see a world where he doesn't play at left back, to be honest, in the next few games. He's more reliable, and he's just a better player, isn't he? So far, he's just a better player. He's doing this at the age of 32. Robertson, when you see Robertson nowadays, this season, when you see Robertson in that team, you feel safe. Whereas when you see Kerkez in that team, you think, oh no. Like, that's how you feel when you see Kerkez in the team compared to Robertson. I just don't think Kerkez is ready yet, but he probably will be in time. But for now, we do play Robertson. because he's just the more safer player to play. He's a better all-round player, and Kirkez just isn't ready for me yet. And we can't use the excuse of he needs to get time to adjust to the league because he's been at Bournemouth, who were also in the Premier League for the last season. So, we can't use that excuse, but we do have to just give him time like every player, and, he will come good in my opinion. He will come good, but we just do need to give him time. And then you move on to the midfield. Wow, there's a lot of choices here. There's a lot of choices. Last night we played a midfield of Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and I can't remember who else it was. I do have my other phone over there, but I just can't really be asked to pick it up, to be honest. But I think that worked really well. I thought we were really good last night in midfield. I thought the midfield played off the park. Szoboszlai was amazing, scored an absolute wonder goal. Wirtz was outstanding. He has finally landed for Liverpool. Scored, got himself 2 assists, and hopefully the goal comes next. But we can put the whatever crap, we can put that lot to bed now. And I do think Wirtz is going to start to kick on now. That's his 2 assists, and I think he will score a goal next. But it was always, in my opinion, going to take time for this team to gel, and now it is gelling. It looks superb. Wirtz was amazing last night, and don't give me the, but he was only playing against Frankfurt. If that's his level, then that's not good. It's the Champions League. Arguably the highest level in, European football. Is it not? It's the biggest stage in European football. You want your players to be performing well in the Champions League, and if they're not, then that's a worry. But yeah, Wirtz, I'm not going to take any crap for Wirtz because he was excellent last night. And anyone still thinking that he's a flop, you're just very blind to the fact that he's a really good player, because he is a really good player. I've backed him since day one, and I knew he'd come good. I knew he would come good, and he's starting to show that. 2 assists. 2 assists. Hopefully more comes, and I think it will. He's starting to show what he's made of, and yeah, Florian Wirtz has to start games for Liverpool. And then you've got Curtis Jones, who I didn't really expect to perform that well last night, to be honest. I didn't, but he was really, really good. Really, really good. Outstanding, I thought, to be honest. And Curtis Jones, in my opinion, has to play on Saturday because Gravenberch and McAllister, obviously, McAllister not been great, has he, this season? For the start of the season, hasn't been great at all, and Gravenberch has gone missing in our last 3 games. So, Curtis Jones plays for me, in my opinion. He plays in that midfield on Saturday because he looked excellent last night.